Hey everybody, T-Boggle here. Thanks for tuning in. Really great to see you. So I have some RuneScape related good news, bad news, and we're going to get into that a little bit today. I'm going to talk about how we can fix the bad news and potentially go forward from here. So stay tuned, you'll find out all about it. It has to do with some diaries, so stay tuned. And thanks for checking in. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like and subscribe down below, would appreciate it. All right, hey everybody. So I mentioned some good news and some bad news. So first off, with the good news, I was able to finally complete all of the easy diaries. So check it out. We got all of them done, all the easies. Hopefully, eventually going to go for Varrock Elite. We're not quite there yet. We're working towards it, but we'll get there eventually. So that's the good news. All of the elite or all of the easy diaries done. Don't have to worry about it anymore. All of them are done. On to the bad news. I went and did this one, Wilderness, last because I was just going down the list, and I wanted to get all these diaries done quickly because they're easy. So what I did was I wore my Graceful outfit into the Wilderness. And fun fact about that, that's a bad idea because you will lose all of your Graceful gear if you die. Even if it is to a monster. And one of the tasks in the Easy Wilderness Diary is to pull a lever. Let me see which one it is here. One of the tasks is to pull a lever. I'm not seeing it here, but I'm not going to look for it. So you pull a lever in level 40 Wilderness in a specific location, and you enter the King Black Dragon's lair. I did that wearing full Graceful because I was just running back and forth, and that's level 40 Wilderness. And the King Black Dragon, the second that I entered the lair, he hit me for 40 and he hit me for 30, and I died. So, and then I was lucky enough to keep my legs and my cape. Legs are pretty costly. I think there's 65 maybe grace tokens. And so I lost that. Awesome. All of the Graceful gear. So I went on a bit of a tear here, and we completed, we did a lot of Barbarian Assault, and we completed the Candor and Hard Diary. And so what that let us do is I can now cast Camelot Teleport, but I can have it teleport me in front of Seer's Village. And notice here, that is where the agility course starts. Now the agility course ends all the way down here, right? So you have to, normally if you're doing the agility course, you'd have to end right here, and then you'd have to run all the way back up. But luckily, since I have this new Camelot Teleport, I can just cast it, and boom, we're at the start of the agility course again, just like that. Super simple. Also, when you complete the Candor and Hard diaries, you get a 15% bonus to potentially spawning a Grace token. It's still very grindy, but it's less grindy with that 15% boost. So as you can see here, I've already got 63 marks of Grace. We need the Grace hat or the Grace hood, the Grace top, the boots, and the gloves. So that's going to cost, I think, I want to say 120 Grace tokens. I know that I think the hood and the gloves are 35, and the boots are, I want to say 45. I know the top is 55, but it's going to be a substantial amount of Grace tokens. I figured that since, we're grinding these out, we might as well just get them all at the same time, because we're never running, with this teleport, we're never running out of stamina or run energy. So there's really no point to going back and forth to the store. We'll just get the total amount and then go and get it. I can look it up, what the total amount is. I'm not 100% sure. Grace outfit, OSRS. All right, so let's see. So I need the hood is 35, plus the top is 55, which makes it a solid 90. Then the gloves are another 30, which is 120, and then the boots are 40, which makes it 160 Grace tokens. So we have about 100 Grace tokens left to go until we are set and full of grace again. And then maybe we'll go for a recolor. I don't know, someday, maybe. I've never been too into the recolors, but if you have a favorite color grace outfit that you like, definitely, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite grace token or grace colored outfit was or is. I know some things have changed, so a lot of the outfits recolors can now be bought with grace tokens instead of a bunch of different. I know a lot of them had like favor that you had to do in Karen, but that's gone now, so we don't really worry about that too much. So I don't know, kind of a controversial change, but I guess whatever. It is what it is. Not like it's gonna go back. So yeah. Anyway, we can just get into some laps of the agility course. I don't know how many we're gonna do because agility is a grind. Agility is definitely a grind. I know when I first started out doing agility, I was doing I did all the courses. I did a lot of Varrock. And then I ended at Canifis for a while because originally when I was grinding for the outfit, the Grace outfit, Canifis is really good early on. I think level 40 to like level 60, you have a high Grace token drop rate. And I think I got my Grace outfit from doing Canifis up to 60. So, it was pretty, pretty good to me over there at Canifis. It's not the most fun, and it has a lot of fails. They actually updated it to, I think, make it so you can't fail the final one anymore. You used to be able to fail right before the end of the course, and that was really irritating. But now I don't think you can, or I think they lowered the fail rate by a lot. So yeah. But this the grind. It looks like we have a Grace token that's spawned. I changed it so that the color is red. Could just really let you know, like, hey, watch out. I think it was yellow before. I like the green and the red. Simple like that. I guess Christmas colors, Merry Christmas, ho ho ho. Sometimes I run just out of pure habit, but the good thing is we can teleport up here and save a ton of time. I think this makes it go from like 60 laps average per hour or a little bit less to up to almost 90, which is just an awesome boost. I think the only other boost to agility is at Ardoin when you do the Elite Diary, which is just going to be, something I do eventually. I'm not a huge fan of agility. I did go to 70 because I wanted to do Song of the Elves, and I did all of the requirements leading up to Song of the Elves. I haven't actually done the quest though, but I've done like Morning's End 1 and 2 and all those things. But I haven't done the Song of the Elves quest itself. I know that's really, really crucial, and I know it unlocks a ton once you finally finish it. I'm not the best at bossing, and I know there's a boss at the end. My friends keep telling me that it's not too hard to beat, but I got a ton of stuff to work on. I'm also in the process of doing Beneath Cursed Sands right now. I've taken out, I think, like the guards and stuff, so I think all that's left is the final boss, but I'm not ready for that. I just did Swan Song recently. That was kind of just because I wanted to access Piscatoris. The reason was I had an elite clue step that required me to dig in front of the furnace there, and so I couldn't do that until I finished the quest, so I just knocked that out real quick. Luckily, I had the combat levels and the equipment to do it pretty quick. And the boss there wasn't too hard, so I guess I have done bosses before, but if you look at my record, it's mostly just skill bosses. Like I do a lot of Wintertot, and some Temporos as well. That's pretty much it. I mean, I don't really do like bosses. I think I did the Crazy Archaeologist or whatever the one is on Fossil Island. I've done him a couple times. I was going for combat achievements to up my pest control points. If you do I think it's the medium tier of pest control, or a medium tier of combat achievements, you get, what was it? You get a bonus to your pest control points that you get. I think it's like 5 per match or something like that, where the base amount is 4, and then I think like medium gets you 6. I think when you finish elite tier, which is just insane, I don't know, I don't think I'll ever be able to do that, but if you finish the elite tier, I think they give you 8 pest control points per game when you do the whatever the I think it's veteran level difficulty. Whenever you do that, you can get 8 pest control points per game, which is huge. I remember when I was doing leagues, I got the, I think, medium tier done when I was doing Trailblazer leagues, and I think I got like 50 pest control points per game, or 25, or something like ridiculous. It might have been 48, but it was a ton of pest control points per game. And I maxed out the combat stats that way. So how did you guys do that? Did you do Soul Wars like a lot of people? I know a lot of people were doing that. There was also, honestly, you could have probably just done it like through Slayer. I think I got my Slayer to like 94. I didn't max Slayer though, I don't think. I did get an Abyssal Whip though. That was pretty sweet. I got an Abyssal Whip drop in leagues, and I was really excited about that because, you know, I had never had an Abyssal Whip before. I'd never used an Abyssal Whip, and only recently did I actually just go buy one at the Grand Exchange on my main account. But the first time I ever used an Abyssal Whip, just naturally, was on leagues when I farmed it from the Abyssal monsters. I forget what they're called. But yeah, so I got that drop. I started looking into upgrading it because I know you can do that. But honestly, I wasn't about to do. I think you have to do the Kraken boss a bunch to upgrade it to like some kind of, like, I think it's like a tentacle whip or something. But I didn't go for that. So maybe next time, who knows? I mean, I'm getting better at bossing. I used to be terrible at it. Now I'm at least decent at it, because you kind of have to be if you do some of these quests. In order to finish it, you have to be good at it, because there's no one that can help you finish the fights, and you kind of have to do them yourself. None of them are particularly tough, you know? Like, I don't think any of the bosses that I've encountered at the ends of quests so far have been like too difficult. But they are kind of like, I don't know, some of them I don't know, I'm not like good at them. I did get this computer recently. I built it myself. And it's got some pretty nice components to it, so like I think maybe like I'll have a little bit less lag when it comes to like the graphics in the game. So at least like it'll make bossing a little bit easier. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm trying to get better at the game. I've never really back in the day, I never used to do anything crazy at all. I used to mine for like GP, and that was pretty much it. I mined all the way up to probably like Addy. I think I never mined Rune myself. Back when I was free to play, I would just mine like sometimes coal, just because why not? I don't know. I was free to play, you know. Free to play, we do weird things, but now we're a member, and we're a member account, and yeah, I've been getting into like a lot of the stuff in the game a lot more. There's so much. RuneScape really does have so much stuff that you can do. It's incredible. It's got like 20 years of just like nonstop development. It's awesome. And I know I don't really play RS3, but I know there's like a ton of stuff from the original RuneScape that's in that game. And I mean, this game kind of has, you know, all that stuff too, but it also is just completely like branched off, you know. So I know the lore is like super different. But yeah, so one thing I never really did back in the day was agility, and this is it's definitely a grind, that's for sure. We got about 23 laps left until we level up. So I'm level 73 right now. 74 is next, and I don't look at the things ahead of time, so I kind of like to be surprised to see, you know, in the notification box, like what shortcut I unlocked or anything. We'll see what I get at 74. I don't actually know. But I think we're going to hit, so we have 22 laps to go. I think we'll hit 74, and then after that, you know, we'll probably call it quits for today, and then just, you know, see what happens next. But yeah, so if you guys like agility and you want to see more agility content, let me know. I can't imagine too many people find agility fun, but I mean, if you do, you know, good for you. One of my buddies is going for 99 agility. He happened to get the pet too, which is pretty awesome. He's doing pretty good. I don't know what his level is right now. I haven't checked recently. I'll have to check when I get off. But yeah, it's just kind of wild. I mean, again, I don't know why you would choose to go for 99 agility. I guess the cape would be a good flex. Imagine like an untrimmed agility cape. It'd be insane. I know that for my first 99 on this account, and ever, really, I don't want it to seem like I have 99s, because I've never gotten a 99 except for in leagues. But my first 99 that I want to go for here and have an untrimmed cape of is definitely the mining cape right here. We're pretty close. I was mining some amethyst. I think last time we checked in, I was at 500k or 530k left XP. Now we got 425. So about 100k. I needed some money so that I could up my prayer to 70, because 70 prayer is a requirement for piety. We'll call it piety, because, you know, pie guy. But pie guy's got piety. But so I got it to 70. You have to pray piety and then enter the courthouse in Sears Village. That's one of the hard tasks, I think. So I did that. I got it to 70, but I needed a ton of money, a ton of GP, because I had to buy dragon bones, because there's no way I'm killing 1,700 dragons to level up my prayer to 70. But I took it from 64 to 70 with 1,700 dragon bones, I think, or something like that. But prior to like wanting to do Candor and Hard, my prayer was 53 for the longest time. So having 70 prayer is definitely nice. I never had seen the prayer number that high before. And for the longest time, I didn't even know that you could pray at an altar to get higher experience points for prayer. So like that 53 was mostly like buying big bones and then just burying them. It was awful. I had no idea you could do praying at an altar. So I just buried like a ton of big bones. And there was a while there where I was even farming it in Varrock, like in the dungeon or whatever, from the giants. And I would get a full inventory of big bones, and then I'd bury them, and then I'd just keep killing the hill giants. And that was like that was the big plan. I was like, oh, we're gonna raise our prayer. It's gonna be great. And that was how I did it. And it was awful. Don't recommend that at all. But I mean, if you're an Iron Man, I guess you kind of have to do that. So, you know, but I am not an Iron Man. This account is very much tradable, and I buy and sell all kinds of things. I like to mine amethyst for GP. I don't know. What do you guys like to mine? Or what do you guys like to do for money making strategies in RuneScape? Down below, you know, leave a comment. Let me know. I'm definitely looking for ideas. Let me tell you, I'm always open to new opportunities when it comes to making that GP. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, for a while there, when I was like, you know, newer to the game, I did a lot of U. I was free to play, so I cut a bunch of U. I think at the time you could sell one U log for like 300 GP, which was wild. I think they're only like 100 now. I don't know. But yeah, I used to sell U logs. That's how my woodcutting got up to 85-ish. I think it was like 82, and then I started trying to raise it again with the mushrooms, cutting the Siciliebs. Oh my god, I don't know. But yeah, I decided that I didn't want to buy. Apparently, you can buy Nummulites at the Grand Exchange, and I think I covered that in my last video. You know, about the volcanic mine. So you can buy Nummulites at the GE, but I didn't want to do that, so I just went to the mushroom cutting spot and on Fossil Island. I cut a bunch of mushrooms. It went from, I think, 82 to 85 woodcutting, or 83 to 85 woodcutting, something like that. And yeah, I got the Nummulites I needed. I got the fossils I needed for the kudos, because you need 153 kudos. I think for the elite diary, I don't know. But yeah, so I did the 153 kudos because I got all the fossils I needed from cutting the mushrooms, and I also got some good woodcutting experience and the Nummulites I needed. So it was kind of a win-win-win, as opposed to just buying them. And yeah, that went pretty well. Got all of the stuff done for the Varrock Elite. I'm still pretty far off though from Varrock Elite. I just started doing the blast furnace. I had never done it before. I had over, I think it was like 16,000 gold ore just from all of the motherlode mining that I've been doing, and I had like 1,200 or 1,400 golden nuggets. It was crazy. So I spent the gold. I spent about 6,000 gold at the blast furnace, and maybe I'll do a video covering the blast furnace next, because I do have to raise smithing, and the blast furnace is like, I don't know, I never really knew what it was, so I always kind of stayed away from it, but it's actually a great source of smithing XP, and it's really not that hard at all. It does have some, you know, base requirements for some good XP rates, Like I know you need the gold gauntlets and the ice gloves. You need the gold gauntlets to get double XP, I think, for making gold bars and using gold ores at the blast furnace. And you need the ice gloves to take the bars out of the furnace once they're done, once the gold has been turned into bars. It's not like you can't really make money off of it. I suppose if you turn them into bracelets, maybe, but that takes a long time. Yeah, I don't know about that, but it is really great XP. I think I got like 1500 XP per inventory of gold. But not having the graceful outfit makes it extremely difficult too, because you have to constantly be popping stamina potions in order to keep up. You could walk it, but that seriously lowers the XP rates. I think if you walk it, it's probably like a third or a fourth slower. Like it's really slow because you have to go around a corner and then go up a hill. It's not too far, but it is like far enough, I think, for it to really impact your XP rates. So definitely, like for the blast furnace, you should have Grace outfit, the ice gloves, the gold gauntlets. But then once you have that, it's just 1500 XP every like 25 seconds, which is just insane smithing rates. I know you used to have to smith like literal bars into stuff. So I would go to the GE Grand Exchange and buy like, I don't know, I used to buy iron bars, I think, and at one point I bought steel because I wanted a little bit more XP. But what I used to do is I used to go to the Varrock West Bank. Wow, camera reverses it. Varrock West Bank, and I used to go there with a stack of like 1,000 steel bars or something, and then just make like a bunch of kite shields or something, whatever I could make at the time. And that was how I raised my smithing back then. But now that I know that the blast furnace is a thing and it's awesome, I'm definitely going to be using that as my primary smithing XP gains for at least the foreseeable future. I do have a coal bag too, so we could always try making like, higher than gold. I have to like do some research. I don't know what the XP rates are for higher than gold, like, mithril bars or addy bars or something like that. But if you make addy bars and you just keep filling up the furnace with coal and addy and whatever, maybe it's good XP. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. All I know is that the gold gauntlets get us, a lot of XP when you're smithing gold. So definitely worth it to do that. You can get a substantial amount of gold from the Motherlode mine, or you could just buy it. My stack of 16,000 gold was worth like 1.6 mil or something like that. So, or 1.9. So like it's not too expensive to buy a ton of gold if you wanted to just do that. But yeah, I do love my mining and smithing. Those are great skills. I had been neglecting the diaries for the longest time, but my clan recently created some new like promotion stuff, so like you can have different ranks in the clan. And I already have a ton of quest points. I think enough for like, let's see, I have 194. I think like our highest rank is maybe like 185 or something. I don't know what the number is, but it's less than 194. So for the most part, I have the quest point requirements, and my total level is 1636. So I think other than like one of the highest capes they have for a rank in the clan, I have most of the capes. The only things I'm missing for those rank promotions are the diaries. So that's why I went around and did all the easies. The next up is the mediums. So we got a ways to go. Artie, Desert, Valley, Bremenik, Karamja, Karend, Mauritania, Western, and Wildy. And I gotta tell you guys, after what the wilderness did to me, I don't know that I'm too keen on going back there to finish up the medium. So we'll see. I'm definitely not wearing any equipment. That is for damn sure. And if I do, it's in sub 20 wilderness, because if you go higher than 20, that's how you lose the Grace outfit and a lot of other non-tradables. So definitely, be careful when you go up in the wilderness for those tasks. And definitely just don't wear anything that you don't want to lose. Like wear like cheap armor, tradable armor. Definitely don't bring anything that's too expensive unless you're willing to lose it. And just remember the 3-item rule. Also maybe turn off auto retaliate. I don't know how PKing works, but if you auto retaliate, I don't know if that's even a thing. But definitely just try to avoid attacking people as much as you can because you don't want those skulls. Then you lose everything. And we've all been there at least once. So definitely stay away from that. Yeah, the wilderness is a scary place, man. There's a lot of stuff in there that I honestly, personally, just don't even know about. Like, I know there's a ton of bosses out there and people do that kind of stuff. I've been to, I think, the mage arena up there before, where I got a Guthix cloak or cape or whatever, and a wand, which was kind of cool. I wasn't expecting that. That was part of a diary, I think, or part of a quest. I don't even remember. But I was up there for something. And yeah. Oh, you know what? I was up there for the Artie diary. You had to pull the lever, and then it takes you up to the area up there. And then I think I just went to the major arena for like a mini quest or something. I was doing. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I was doing by release date, similar to Jimmy's by release. I was motivated to do that, so I started doing quests by release, and then I got to Recipe for Disaster, and I decided like maybe to just wait a little bit because there were a lot of requirements for that, and I didn't really feel like doing that. So I haven't done Recipe for Disaster yet. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. I do know that the song in Recipe for Disaster definitely slaps, though. It's really good. Really good. And that damn cook, man. Damn cook. All right, so we got 2 laps left. Thanks for hanging out with me while I did this, guys. It's been great. Grinding out agility can be tough when you don't have anyone to talk to or anything to listen to. So, you know, it's always fun hanging out here, doing some grinding, getting the stuff we need. Hopefully you'll see me wearing Graceful outfits soon. You know, it's going to be a while, but eventually we'll get back to it. And man, once we wear that thing again, it's going to be so nice. It's going to be so rewarding. It's been it was really tough to see that disappear from my inventory. It was I had no idea. I know I should have known, but I had no idea that was going to happen. So live and learn, I guess. And if you're watching this video, you now know to be careful when you go to the wilderness and don't bring your Graceful unless you're ready to lose it. So and just again for information, it's less than 20 wilderness. The Graceful is safe. Above 20 wilderness, it is not safe. It will disappear. All right, and that is 94 agility, folks. Thanks for joining me. It looks like now we can, oh, nice, the Lava Dragon Isle lava jump. Oh, nice, that is awesome. That is awesome. And the Mire Ditch Laboratory Tunnels. I don't think I've been there, but I've definitely been to Lava Dragon Isle, so that's pretty sweet. All right, well, thanks for joining. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. If you, again, I would really appreciate it if you would like down below, subscribe, let me know what you thought of the video, leave a comment if you want to see anything else, any other content, just, you know, drop it in the comments below, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.